Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news in the world of mobile and tech and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, I did just get back from CES, a long week and a long week ahead of me of editing. Have at least over 10 videos that will be uploaded. We already have 2 up so far. A lot more to come. Obviously, the big one that I knew you guys would want to see right away is the Samsung Galaxy FE. But there's a lot of cool things I saw on the show floor this year. Some concepts, some realities, all different. So I thought I'd do a little recap for you guys, just live, just to kind of see all the fun stuff I did see and some of the upcoming videos that will happen. Now, some of the videos will also be on Newegg's YouTube, so if you haven't subscribed to there, go ahead and do so, Newegg Studios. And the first one went up, I think, Saturday, I think it was Saturday, and that was our first one, which is the BMW color-changing car. Now, let's go ahead and I'll just go over some of them and I'll pause it or go back for certain ones. So, first off and foremost, this is the color changing car. So this is an e-ink display wrapped around the car and it is just so cool to see in person. It's also ingenious. Like, this is e-ink, something that's been a low powered product forever and ever, and it is now on a car. That is such a cool design. Then we have the Samsung game monitor. It's a 55-inch, can go either vertical or horizontal. So you can have 3 screens going up, or you can actually move it over and then have it be horizontal. So it's a really cool idea, and the ability to do this. I mean, I can only imagine how expensive this will be. It's gonna come out later this year, but this is just such a cool demo. It's 55-inch 4K mini LED gaming monitor. It really does look awesome. And again, you can adjust it. It comes with this knob, so you can really customize how you want your displays to be, how you want everything to do, all of that kind of stuff. And then of course, again, you can have all these different kinds of things. So it's really cool just how you can set it up. And then we had these TCL prototype AR glasses, which kind of brings me to the future of AR. So it's really kind of cool to see, but it was a prototype. What wasn't a prototype was what I just did today, which is the TCL Book 14, a laptop for $349 that's not garbage. That is impressive, especially for a Windows one. This is probably the best Windows laptop budget-wise I've seen in a long time. For $350, you get a 4G connected device, and you get a Qualcomm processor, which would be better than an Intel Celeron or Pentium at the same price. It's basically targeting those people that go for Chromebooks. So really cool when it comes to that. Plus, it doesn't look bad, very light, thin weight. I mean, you're talking about just a really cool overall design, and it's very sleek in that sense. But the screen was a 720p display, so again, gonna cut some corners, but really good overall. Then we have the Raycon boom boxes, and some of these are really cool. So the lowest one on there that I really was impressed with, it's a brand new one. It's gonna be 120 bucks. For that kind of sound quality, it really was impressive to see just how it really looked like. And it was really cool. They basically, you know, they lowered the wattage a little bit from the previous model so they can lower the price pretty substantially. I mean, for $119 to have this kind of speaker, I mean, it's bigger than most of JBLs that are $150. Then they also showed us the one behind it, which was a bigger model. And these are gonna be $200. And these are really like big. These are like, you know, JBL Extreme boombox, the ones that are like $500+, but yet these are only $200. So really kind of gonna look into Raycon more this year and check them out, see if they're really that good for the price. Then we had, of course, Project Sophia from Razer. Now this is again just a concept. Razer always doesn't come out with their concepts, so it's really gonna be interesting to see if this ever does come to light, but it is a full-on gaming computer desk. So basically it has everything modular, like you're gonna be able to do all these kind of crazy things to it. Wireless charger, heat up your coffee, control everything on there, control your brightness, like all this kind of stuff, all modular, and that's the whole concept behind it. Will we ever see anything? I don't know. maybe it's like a partnership with IKEA or something like that, but really interesting. Then we had the Samsung Freestyle. So this is the last kind of quick thing I'm going to talk about. It is a portable projector that can be projected anywhere. And when I mean anywhere, those are on some light posts right there. Like, it is really versatile. It's coming out at the end of this month, and it really does have a lot of things going for it. So really cool stuff seeing over there at CES. If you want to know any more about any of those, please let me know in the comment section. Those are kind of like my highlights. Now, I did see some more. I don't have video ready for some of the other ones, but just to give you guys an idea, we saw a Samsung 32-inch monitor that was really cool. It's the M8, and it has like a built-in webcam at the top while still having everything that the M7 series had. Which, if you don't recall, the M7 series was basically like a monitor and a TV put together. You basically have apps just like a smart TV does, but it is a game, or not a gaming monitor, but it's a monitor basically. So really cool, you know, again, LED TV, LED monitors that are really just cool for what you can see. We saw some cool stuff from Govi. So Govi is a brand that's really kind of taken storm of the lighting situation when it comes to smart lights. So I have always used LifeX as my preferable lights. I did and do still have Philips Hue, but I haven't bought Philips Hue in a long time, and quite frankly, it was just kind of trying to find something different or trying to find something new. And Govi really has caught my attention with a lot of stuff they have there. So make sure to, you know, stay subscribed, because I'm definitely going to reach out to them. We have some good conversations about some new products they're coming out with, and some really cool stuff that I'm very interested to see how they go. So I'm definitely going to probably be checking those out. Nexi Go had a 4K webcam, uncompressed 4K. So we've never seen anything like that, and it basically has an HDMI on the back of it to connect to connect to a capture card. So it's a $200 4K uncompressed webcam that basically should be looking like this. Like, it should look like an SLR or mirrorless camera quality, but for $200. So if that's all you're looking for, is just a amazing quality level webcam that's better than like any Logitech or anything like that, this kind of answers that. So really cool stuff like that. Raycon had a gaming headset. Samsung's new frame. I know this will be on the Newegg one. It looks absolutely amazing. It has a matte finish, and it is so cool for that matte finish. So really cool when it comes to that. Saw some of Samsung's new TVs. They're QLED with the new gaming hub on there, so it was pretty cool. Astro Slide, which I did a video on. It's basically like a sliding keyboard phone that just came out to its backers in Indiegogo. So that was another thing. The HTC Flow. So this came out in the fall, and I did not cover it really, but it was a VR headset that is standalone, kind of like an Oculus Quest, but it's more, I would say, more than anything else, it's very minimal when it comes to that. But the whole idea is you can connect it to your phone as well, and really have a high-end then viewing experience for your like Netflix and YouTube and all this kind of stuff. So really cool kind of stuff. Samsung, they had a whole new smart appliance section, which is really cool. I of course have a lot of their appliances, and these new ones look more like from the future. Like, they look more like, oh, appliances can evolve too, because you don't normally think of like, you know, high end, and they're not even high end. That's what's crazy. This style is going to be on a lot of new of their appliances, so it's really cool. Oh my God, I know so many friends that are sneakerheads. They had this machine that cleans all your sneakers. It was like crazy. It was, I think it's called the shoe press. But it was just like, I was like, oh my God. And that one, they didn't know if it was coming to the US yet, but I was just like, you have to. Do you know how much of a sneakerhead community there is in the US that like will totally buy that just to keep their shoes clean? like and fresh, like so those the creases can go away. Like it's super cool. Let's see what else. TCL's new phones, of course, the 20 series. Can't wait to, or sorry, 30 series, 30 series. Can't wait to try those out. I always bring a TCL Pro with me because of that IR blaster, and I won a bet. My boss was with me, and he was like, "Oh, you can't take over that TV." I'm like, dude, I'm the tech guy. So totally took over with the TCL 30 remote. So that was really cool. Hisense had some really cool projector TVs, some high-end ones. Like the Samsung Freestyle one is a fun projector I would put in a kid's room, possibly instead of a TV, and then you take it, especially if you go camping, that is what it's made for, kind of thing. So like that kind of stuff. But like Hisense had like a legit TV replacement one. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see how all these will come together. TCL had a Dolby Atmos soundbar for like, I forgot how much it was, but it was really inexpensive. I think it was like under 400, I want to say. So that was like the cheapest I've ever seen an Atmos soundbar. With things, unfortunately, it's not coming out till later this year, but they had a new scale that detects everything, including like what zone of your body is actually had retained the most weight, and also does an ECG on you, so you can detect how your heart is doing, and it even detects it. So that they say they definitely can say it for medical purposes, but they're saying it basically that they can have a hint of of having any nerve damage in your extremities, so that it can give that information to your doctor. So all these kind of things, just a lot of cool stuff out there. So yeah, really just fun stuff out there. A lot of other things I'm probably forgetting. I don't have any of the videos uploaded from the last day, so I'm missing all of that. TP-Link. TP-Link had a whole new smart home category set up, and some really cool new routers. One that like the antennas will actually move. So they have free moving antennas that stand up or go like this or go like this or go like this. Like basically depending on what your house needs for its internet. It's just really cool stuff all the way around. So yeah, can't wait to really go over that more with you guys. It should be a lot of fun. But yeah, more videos coming soon, to say the least. So if you guys, again, please let me know what you're more interested in, because I'm going to be editing all these things throughout the next few days. So what do you want to see in-depth videos on? Let me know, and that'll be the order I kind of put all these in. So out of all the things I talked about right now, let me know, what are you really like? I want to know more about that one. Let me know in the comment section. But yeah, let's get to your questions. Obviously, this is kind of a different Mobile Weekly because I just came back from CES. So all the news was there pretty much. Now, there was some stuff that I didn't get to see that I could talk about too, like Asus and Dell did release some things, but they were not at the event at all. So did Intel and AMD, new processors coming out. NVIDIA and AMD both have new graphics cards coming out. Nothing from Intel yet on their graphics, so we'll wait and see how that goes. But really a lot of stuff coming out, like a lot of stuff. But so Asus has a new gaming laptop. So basically picture like a Surface laptop, but this is a gamer laptop. And now how is it gamified? So it has like this, if you've ever seen the Asus ROG line, their icon is like an eye, and it has like a eyebrow basically. So basically they use that eyebrow streak for you to see through the computer, so you can actually see the RGB lighting and some circuitry. So it looks pretty cool like that. Let me see if I can pull something up really quick. Tablet CES. ROG tablet CES. So yeah, let's see. So I'll just use this one to show it off. But just so you guys can see real quick. So yeah, it looks like that, like basically fully like gamified looking in terms of its presentation. But like if you have it this way, you couldn't tell it wasn't like a Surface or a Surface knockoff or something like that. But that was what I was talking about. The eyebrow part is basically like a actual see-through to some circuitry, and everyone said it's actually not important circuitry, but it looks cool. The part that's right there, it's not like the the RAM or it's just the motherboard basically. The really cool part about this one though, I will have to say, is that they have a special I forgot what exactly it's called, but it's basically a connection that's better than Thunderbolt 4 for like how to connect it to an external GPU. So this one had or up to a 3050 Ti in there. Really good graphics card for on the go kind of stuff. But with that special cord they had to connect it, I don't see if it's here. But basically with the special cord they had to connect it, it would actually allow you to do a full external graphics card setup that is much faster than even Thunderbolt 4 can do. So that was really cool, at least in concept. We'll have to wait and see how it goes, but yeah, so this is ROG Flow X13. Pretty cool to see just how it will really stand out when it comes out, if it ends up coming out for sure. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm definitely curious on it because it's supposed to be, again, a really high-end kind of device. So from what I was hearing, it was looking like 1900. So 1900 is pretty, obviously, you're going to be spending a lot, but we'll see, everything that it comes with for that price for sure. So that was one. And then the other one was the Dell XPS 13 Plus. So let me just see. I'll go for this one. So basically this one kind of did a couple things. So don't have any zoomed in pictures on it. But so the first thing is the keyboard is a lot different from the regular XPS lineup. They're not like chiclet style anymore. They're basically covering the key itself rubs up against the next key. Then you have no more visible trackpad. The trackpad is very big in the middle, but there's just no dip in the actual thing, and it's supposed to be all glass on the bottom, so it feels very premium supposedly. And then probably the thing that people were calling out Dell for, like how stupid of an idea and design it was you no longer have the function row, you have a touch bar that they berated news people who were invited to go see them because they were like, "This is not a touch bar. Don't call it a touch bar. It's been here for years now." But yeah, so it's just like, it is interesting to see that they were so upset because obviously the whole thing about a touch bar is that Apple effectively admitted the touch bar was a failure, right? But this is even more useless than a touch bar. Why? Because you can't change these keys. The touch bar was at least customizable. This one, there's no haptic feedback, so you don't even, when you tap it, unless you see something happen on the screen, you actually don't get any feedback from it. So really, just like, why? Like, was this an R&D for a couple of years and they were just like, we have to put this out even though the general public has definitively said, right, that like not only was the touch bar a bad idea, but again, this is even less than a touch bar. So let me know what you guys think about those two, ROG and Dell. Those were the other two main things that were announced at the show. or sorry, that were announced at the show that weren't actually at the show because they were in a different area. So let me know what you guys think, but that's all the news from CES that I would really say was a big thing. If you want to know about anything else that, hey, what about this or this, let me know in the comment section. Okay. Have you seen the Motorola wireless Android Auto dongle coming out at the end of the month? I did not see it there. Motorola Sound was there, and that was the division of Motorola that did make it. They had a very small booth, and I don't know if they just had it in the back or like it wasn't visual on their table, or else I would have probably asked about it. But so I have to find out the parameters really about it because I might be able to use it for my car. So what this is it is think of something that really looks like a Google TV, right? You have a little circle and a USB ribbon sticking out that you can plug into a car. So you would plug it into your car's USB. And effectively what this does is it takes an existing Android Auto from what I've heard. Again, I've not followed up much on this, so I could be completely wrong about this kind of stuff. I will follow up on it more and then do a more in-depth video for it. And I definitely think I'll get it when it comes out at the end of this month. So what it should do is basically take an existing Android Auto that normally would only be wired, like Hyundai's and Kia's, for example, two cars that we have in my family. Basically, instead of having to plug it in via USB, it can be wireless. Now, wireless is really cool. That is how my brother's works. I installed the Pioneer one, the really high-end, cool Pioneer deck that we saw a couple of years ago. That one I installed in my brother's car, and obviously it was really high-end, really great quality. And that one was wireless Android Auto or wireless Apple CarPlay, as opposed to the wired version. This adapter basically does that. It gives you the ability to have wireless Android Auto when you used to only be able to have wired Android Auto. So that's what this dongle does. How about a changing color phone, a chameleon? You know, that is a really interesting thing, right? Because like we could totally do that. The question is how durable will it be? Because yes, there's a lot of questions about like a car with an e-ink display built into it. Does it pass all safety parameters? Is that good enough? Like, what is going to be needed for it? So very curious to see how it turns out overall, definitely. But it's an interesting, it's something that we could see. This implementation was never done before. Now, I will say this, that in terms of putting it on a phone, you have to miniaturize this technology. So I'm not so sure, because if you would have saw the ink displays and like the different triangles that made it all up, it's very possible that these triangles that are in here, you know, you might have like boop, boop, like two of them fit up the back of a phone. So although the technology is there, you have to make it smaller, and that's kind of hard to do. So yeah, very curious to see. It's a possibility for sure. And the cool thing about the car technology is they are only starting and scratching the surface of it, because you totally could have your car be white. And if someone touches it, maybe while it's parked, it can light up. It can light up to a different color, right? And then be like, what the hell? Oh, like, you know, like all this kind of stuff. So all these kind of things are possible. You can make it touch sensitive, basically. You could make it a difference in a different weather. All these sensors are very doable to do all this kind of stuff. So it's really interesting to see the possibilities of where they can go. Now, by the way, the first and foremost thing that I will say is that people will say, well, that's never going to be street legal. Well, street legal in almost all 50 states is a requirement that you cannot have light come out of it. This isn't light. E-ink is not light. There is no light coming out of this. In fact, the opposite. It's absorbing any light that hits it with white, so that you'll automatically see the white, and then on top of the white, it can display black like it did on this car, or it can display color. We do have e-inks in different color, so it could be white and blue, white and green, white and red. You know, all these different colors can be in e-ink. So it really is cool where you can totally see this in different colors, and it's just cool to see what we can get out of it for sure. So yeah, really interesting technology, and it's one of those things where it was like a Shark Tank moment for me. As soon as she said, the engineer who we did get a chance to speak to, as soon as she said how the technology worked through ink, I was like, that's genius. That is such genius, because it literally just took something that already existed, was in a completely different medium, and they were like, what if we use this technology and put it over here? And that's what they did. And so it's something that's crazy, and although that might seem very simple, and it might seem like, oh, well, yeah, that's not... You have to realize that's where we are with cars right now, too, right? The whole idea of how an electric car works is through a lithium-ion battery, which existed in smartphones, which existed in other electronics. And all that someone did one day was like, I'm gonna take that here and put it over here. Like, it's just, it's so interesting. It's so interesting when someone just has that thought, and then that's what's so cool about it. But yeah, e-ink on like, never in a million years would I thought about it, but as soon as she said it, I was like, that's ingenious. It's low energy. It doesn't take much. It doesn't produce any light, so it's more legal than any, like, you know, paint, like anything they could do with LEDs or anything like that would not be legal. But this effectively could be denied, of course. And what they could do, what regulation could, and I would say would probably likely happen, is that you cannot change colors while driving. So maybe you can have your, like a, what do you call it, a screensaver on your car start changing colors when it's parked. And by the way, if you're wondering, well, you know, would that drain your car battery or something like that? They were doing it for like, I think 2 or 3 days, and it drained less than 1% of their battery. So it's very minimal. Even with the e-ink display that big, it is so minimal in that. So it's so interesting for sure. But yeah, can't wait to get my hands on the S22 Ultra, green and red. We'll talk about it more next week, but I will let you guys know when it comes to the Samsung Unpacked, it looks like it will not be in person. It would have been in San Francisco, but it looks like it will not be in person. So yeah. My friend will be switching to T-Mobile when the S22 Ultra comes out. Should she go direct to T-Mobile or buy unlocked from Samsung with discounts? So it depends on who has the better discount. I, of course, you know, as soon as we get the pre-orders, pricing, and everything like that, I will take a look at both, and everyone else for that matter, and I will tell you guys which one is the best. So I'll see T-Mobile, I'll see, you know, Costco, Best Buy, Samsung, and everything, and let you guys know which one I think is the best deal. Usually I would say Samsung. Samsung typically has the best deals out of everyone, just because they can, and you get more freebies. Sometimes carriers or like a Best Buy or something like that might give you like a gift card where say just for sake of argument, say $100 gift card. But Samsung, you can get accessories maybe worth $250. So it really depends on what you value as well. But again, when those pre-orders kick off next month, I will definitely go over and say which ones are the best ones for sure. Thank you so much, Quiet Storm, for posting the S21 FE video and the Samsung TCL laptop video. I do appreciate that, sir. Oh, flip them. I guess it was the wrong one in which order. Was there any transparent phones? None to see. We saw some, there was like transparent displays, but again, those have been around for so long. I believe both TCL and, was it Sony? I think Sony might have had one too. But yeah, those again have been the main thing for it, yeah. Is the Freestyle worth the $900 price tag? On first impressions, I would probably say no, other than the fact it's Samsung. Because I do think, you know, they're going to come out with a certain level of quality that's above other things. One thing that this will have that some other portable projectors can't is the fact that this will have Netflix. A lot of portable projectors basically have an issue with Netflix because of Netflix's standards on Android and Google TV. So they have issues. This is operating off of Tizen, so it will not have the same issue. But you have to imagine at this price point, they're going after Anker, they're going after the X-Jimmy, you know, all these other ones around that price point. Now, I did look at their website, and it does look like they're at 550 lumens. So it's not the brightest thing either in comparison to other projectors. But let's just see. Android TV projectors. So just to do a quick run through, at $900, right? Some are on sale right now too, but okay, so like the X-Jimmy Mogo Pro portable projector, that one for $500 is 300 lumens, so that would be less. But say like this one right here, X-Jimmy Horizon. So this is a 1080p version of the one that I reviewed, which was the 4K model. Amazing projector. This will be bigger than the Samsung, but have a way better sound quality. This one has 2,200 lumens, and it's currently going for $999. So for $100 more, you get a way better quality, way better quality. But it's not as small as a Freestyle, so let me look for a little bit more than that. Yeah, so here's one, Anker Nebula. This one is going to have 400 lumens at $520. It's going to have 400 lumens. So yeah, so it's going to be really interesting to see, again, just how effective this will be. Oh, okay, so this one's a really good one to go by. This one, I also reviewed recently, the X-Jimmy Elfin mini projector, right? It was a very small projector, really awesome in terms of same auto keystoning stuff. So this one actually, let me see if I can show you guys. So this one right here is 800 lumens, so brighter than the Samsung one. And this one has a coupon right now for $100. So this one for $550 would effectively be better. So I do believe that Samsung is going a little higher price. Now, the biggest thing that I will say about Samsung's is that their auto keystoning is super quick, like super quick. It was just right away how quick it was. So that is probably their best cool feature that they have on it. And the fact that, again, it's very portable and everything like that. Now, I haven't checked yet if the Samsung Freestyle has a battery. I feel like they told me it didn't. So I do believe you have to have it plugged in at all times. But I will check on that and find that out. I'm not positive on that. So yeah. I've been wondering about Raycon. I've seen ads and earbuds, quite a lot of them from time to time. I've been wondering too, and the guy at Raycon, he seemed really cool. I believe his name is Kyle, if I'm not mistaken. He seemed really cool, very knowledgeable. He's worked for Bose and other companies, but he really seemed to like believe in the product, which is always a good sign for me. You know, I want a product that really has that long strong. But he was so confident in his mic cancellation, and I told him, I mean, if you're that confident, I'm gonna tell you what, we're gonna do the Starbucks test on it. And he asked me about it and everything like that. I'm like, look, one pair of headphones have ever passed that, and he was very interested to see if Raycons could be the second pair. So I like that kind of challenge. Kind of I'm throwing down the gauntlet. If you can pick it up, let's see it go. So I'm very kind of curious to see how that will work. Their work and their gaming ones are the two better ones for microphones, and again, still very affordable in pricing compared to other high-end ones. And I think that's been their biggest thing, is that they try to give the things that how he pitched it was that he was basically saying Raycon tries to do the most important things, and then you can pick and choose what you're going to want in the product so that you can still save the consumer money, right? And I really could see that in some of these. Like they had a new gaming headset for $120 that did have features that $200 gaming headsets have. So it was very kind of curious to see how that went. Although to be fair, those were not operational in terms of being able to hear them, but very comfortable. What's the scoop with the new S22 with S-Pen? Do you think this is a note in the full disclosure? Yes, it is a new note. We've covered the S22 Ultra a lot over the past few weeks. No new news on it yet, but yeah, I mean, we pretty much know mostly everything about it at this point. But we'll have to wait and see if it's all true. Basically, the main camera is going to be the main difference on the Ultra, and the other cameras aren't really getting much except in software improvements. So we'll have to wait and see. I can't wait to see more about the movable antenna routers. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. It was definitely pretty cool. How was CES as a whole? Still fun as usual? So CES definitely was a lot less people there, and that was okay. Like, I would love CES to have this many people there every year. The problem is some of the exhibits weren't there. LG's is the funniest thing ever. I have it downstairs. I wonder if it backed the video up on my Google Photos. LG was just the funniest thing ever to see, because it basically was like a barren place. It was just so funny to see how they had nothing there. Oh, let me see. Turn the brightness down a little bit so you guys can see. This was LG's booth. It was plywood. It was freaking plywood. So they basically started to build it, and then we're like, we're not going. And it was plywood. And then I think on like the second or third day, they sent some LG people there just so, like, it was just the saddest thing ever to see. It was just so, wow, like, what the heck? Crazy. But yeah, I'm going to put it up as a YouTube short. I just think it's so funny. But yeah, I was just like, what the heck, LG? Like, what are you doing? But yeah, it was just so funny in terms of that. But yes, it's weird because, they had one less hall than they normally do. And there were so many empty spots, So it's really kind of curious to see just how different that is next time around, and like how everything goes next year and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I loved having less people there. And again, it wasn't like it was empty by any means. I would say the crowds there were like 1/3 of what it normally goes. So I still think it was actually pretty like I mean, if you went to Samsung, if you went to any of the places really, like there was still crowds. But the exhibits were the ones that were a lot less. I would say, like, in terms of booths, probably 1/5. So there were a lot less companies that went comparing to the people that went there. The people that went there, I would say there was still like 1/3 of them that went. So 33% probably capacity of what it normally would be. But easily, like, you're talking maybe definitely less than 20%, probably even compared to the exhibitors that normally go. So that I think was the biggest difference. They tried to kind of like hide it, you could say, in terms of giving people bigger space, putting more food places there and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a lot of that kind of stuff. Let's see. Let's see. Very fascinating, especially with the Green Lantern. Yes, I will for sure have a e-ink car with a white and then a Green Lantern symbol just coming up like that. Let's see. I still think heated roads would be way to go, especially with dang winters. It would save lives. Yeah, for sure. What is the point of putting color changing on a phone when most of us put phone cases anyway? That's a very good point. But what's the color of what's the point of picking a different color on a phone anyway? People do it. Right? All these companies do different colors on the phone. Well, what's the point of doing skins? People put skins on it. So I would say that yes, I will be a person that always puts a case on a phone. But if it's a really good looking phone, I'll put a clear case. That's the difference. Was there any rollable phones? No rollable phones that I saw. I mean, I know Samsung had a concept ones on their videos, but nothing there, at least. So this S22 is gonna have the S-Pen, correct? Yes, yeah, the S22 Ultra will have the S-Pen built into it. We've gotten that confirmed. It's going to be a different color on the inside than it is on the outside. So if you get the green phone, you're gonna have a green tip, but a black pen. So the green will fit with the exterior of the phone. So when you look at it from the bottom and you click it, it will still be green. And then when you pull it out, it'll be black. So two-tone colors. Perhaps a Whitestone Gum class can make a full body glass to show off the color changing. There you go. That's the way. Please, Scoop, damn excited about the note back better and stronger than always. Yep, it just will not be a note in name for some reason. I missed my freebies from Samsung 2 years in a row. Yeah, it happens for sure. How great would it be watching in the ceiling of a bedroom, the projector ones? So projectors are really cool, man. I literally legit use mine all the time. So I have the Horizon 4K Pro, which is a ridiculously cool projector. As soon as it clears up, I'll show you guys. But basically, with this projector, it's really, really awesome. It auto keystones, like you just saw it move a second ago. And just really cool all the way around. So you can just see it, how it looks right there. Obviously, it doesn't have those lines that you're getting right now, but here, let me turn off this. Boom. So really cool in terms of the color on this one. I know it doesn't look as good what I'm looking at from the side right here with you guys, but this is basically a 95 inch screen right now. So it's really cool to have it, and it's really cool to be able to use that kind of thing. But yeah, just awesome all the way around. So I've loved projectors. This is the main projector or the main TV I have in my studio. And I just had this blank wall and I was like, hey, that's perfect. So very happy with it in terms of that. I thought it was really, I've been a fan of projectors. So again, I think for like, if I would be moving, I would seriously consider one like the Freestyle that Samsung has for like my daughter's room. Like just giving her a projector instead of a TV, I think is a cool, really cool kid aspect of it. But at the same time, yeah, you have to be always cognizant of the price, right? This is a $900 projector. For $900, you can get a really big, nice looking TV. Probably 65 to 75 inch for 900. So, you know, you have to kind of balance everything out. I mean, again, the whole idea is that you could take this projector with you, right? So, like, if I were staying at a hotel and they only had like a 40-inch TV, I'm like, psh, I got a wall, you know, and put that projector against the wall and you're good. So that's the idea behind projectors, is they're more versatile in the fact you know you can put it like in the back of your house, have a little backyard party, put up a projector screen, and the projector can be a TV essentially in multiple places, as where a TV is pretty much going to stay there, if that makes any sense. So that's the idea behind it. All right, let's see. What's quite a challenge? The Starbucks test is going to be a good test. Yeah, no, it will be for sure. Oh, little did we know that plywood has 5G connectivity. Oh man, it was so bad. It looked like trash. It was just like LG, you should have tore this down. Like, it was just so bad. It was so bad. Bluetooth, like the Note 20 Ultra, it's just your features. Yes. This one will have Bluetooth. Because it's built in, it will have Bluetooth. Now, you could have gotten this, which no one really did. No one really did. You could have totally gotten this one for the S20 Ultra, or sorry, yeah, the S21 Ultra, or for the Fold 3, which was called the Pro. So the Pro had Bluetooth in it, but that's why it also always dies on its batteries, and you need to charge it with like a Type-C. Obviously, the benefit of having a built-in S-Pen is that it wirelessly charges when it connects to the back, whereas this one you had to directly plug in. And so yeah, so the pen will finally be built in. It'll have Bluetooth gestures, just like you had to buy it separately to get Bluetooth gestures with that one, and it was ridiculously big. So yeah, I'm very excited to have a built-in S Pen again, and for me, gladly leave my Note for it. I would gladly leave my Note for the S22 Ultra all day. Okay, so you are asking me something, and just for everyone that stayed here this long, I will tell you a little secret. Something that Samsung did not have at CES or any other time or anything like that. Give me a second. I'm going to pull it up right now. But there was something that recently I found. Samsung did not release this. Samsung did not talk about it, and it's very interesting that it was not more hyped up than it was. I'm going to try to find it, and I will give you guys a link for it. Give me a second. Okay, so the new thing that came out was that someone asked me, was there any new car mounts or wireless car mounts or anything like that? So I will tell you that on their website, Samsung has their own car mount. It was intended, it's intended for the Samsung Galaxy Z3 Fold. Again, this has been talked about nowhere. Nowhere. I've already ordered it. I'm getting it within 2 weeks when it first comes out. And yeah, this is something that I think so many people have been interested in. And it looks like, yes, you can do a totally normal phone on it, but this is Samsung's official, their own wireless car charger that will be releasing shortly. It's literally releasing within less than 2 weeks now at this point. I saw it at the end of last month when it was first available. And yeah, you guys are the first to know about it, for sure. This has been talked about nowhere. Nowhere has this been talked about. So there you guys go. Samsung has made their first wireless car charger, and it can work on the Z Fold 3, the Z Flip 3, and any other of their smartphones. Gonna review it as soon as it comes out. So stay tuned for that. All right, what else do we have here? Let's see. Wow, 90 inchers, that's what she said. You know, it happens. Hey, I'm just saying, you pull it out, she's gonna say, wow, with those 90 inches, you know. Let's see. Actually, honestly, kind of curious. Can you add apps like, 51st Date Questions to the Projector? Yeah, actually, you could play 51st Dates on a projector for sure. But of course, this is the time where I do my shameless plug for the app that I made called 51st Date Questions. It's a simple game that I made. You can download it on iOS or Android. Links are in the description of this video. It's just a fun game, guys. It's a great game to play on a first date if you are doing a blind date or just having an early date and want to find out about the person. Really good. And I've heard from many people that are married and been with their person for a long time that it's really good actually just to catch up. What's important to them right now? Let them know that you're interested and really pay attention. It'll earn you a lot of good points if you play this on a date. 51st Date Questions is in the link in the description down below on Android or iOS. Shameless plug achieved. All right. Let's see. Yes, camping would be for my family. I miss camping due to COVID. By the way, I had to go a second time. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, I am, of course, you know, quarantining right now after CES from my family and basically, you know, just we don't want to get into politics here, all that kind of stuff, so please don't start anything political wise or Quiet Storm and everyone else will flag it for me and everything like that. But yeah, it's always that's what everyone was obviously concerned about at CES, was like, oh my god, am I gonna catch something? So I pretty much wore a mask almost the whole time, so hopefully I feel good. So hopefully, you know, nothing. For me, it's always been about my kids and parents and sick brother. So it's like, it's always been about who could get it outside of me. But yeah. Car mount. Wait, will it fast wirelessly charge car? Yes, yes it will. So yeah, I can't use any vent car charger. I'll stick with the CD car mount that I have. Thanks. I have reviewed one that had a CD mount, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this one is a very interesting looking one, the way it applies. So I'm very curious to see how it goes. Very curious. I got one from Amazon, the best one ever. I can't remember the name though. It's great. Charged my Samsung S22 Ultra with the Defender series. Worked great for fast charging. Sorry I came in late. Did you cover the Samsung M8 monitor? Is it worth looking into? I did not really talk about the monitor. I talked about it very briefly, but I definitely did check it out. The M8 monitor, I do have a video for. Basically, with that monitor, it's really cool because it has a webcam attached built into it, along with having everything that the M7 had. It does have Type-C only ports on the back, so like the M7s had USB-A on there. These have only Type-C on there for the hub connections. It still has Bluetooth, so if you want to connect a keyboard and mouse to your monitor, you can totally use Bluetooth and that will work just perfectly. And if you're wondering why do I want to connect a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse to my monitors, these monitors, the M7 and M8, have the ability to use Microsoft Office without a computer. No computer needed. You just connect it to Office 365 and you can completely type up a Word document, Excel, Outlook, PowerPoint, all that kind of stuff. The new M8 monitor also comes with Google Duo built in with the built-in webcam that it comes with. So really cool just for that ability. And then that webcam does connect through USB Type-C. So if you want your laptop to use it per se, you can totally plug it into your laptop and then just have an extra webcam. So all these abilities are there for it, and really cool in the amount that you can do for it too. So I've been trying to migrate from Sprint to T-Mobile after spending 80 hours on the phone, driving back and forth stores various times. Oof. Or 400 gas wasted. They finally migrated me to T-Mobile. I'm so sorry it took so long, man, but hopefully you're all set now, and hopefully there won't be any more issues with the T-Mobile aspect of it. But yeah, so in terms of the Samsung M8 monitor, really cool concept. Again, I hope we get to check some of those things out from Samsung, because I think like the M8 is it's such a game changer to a lot of people, just because I love it for the fact I have a 49-inch Samsung monitor, by the way, so I have had no desire to upgrade my monitor, except for the fact that with the M7 and the M8, I could just watch YouTube or Netflix without launching my computer. And quite frankly, the app version of YouTube, Netflix, HBO Max, all of those, right? The app version always plays so much better. Like, I don't get the loading thing like I get on my computers when they try to play it. So I've always had some stuttering with computers, especially when it comes to watching higher end quality videos on YouTube, especially with maybe not the fastest internet, like at work and stuff like that. So for me, I definitely like the idea of having the app rather than the web browser. So yeah, that's a really cool thing for me for sure. Oh, they honored you $400 off with the S21 for your son. That's really cool, man. But they're motioning to get an S21 for free and 200 freebies. So I'm calling them tomorrow and try to see if I can get any free S21, because that's a better deal, right? Hopefully you get the best deal, man. I really hope so for that. And yeah, lots of people are going to be getting the S21 and the S21 FE coming soon too. Thank you for answering questions. Knowledge passes for tech as far beyond reviewers. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I just I get excited for tech, but I was telling, because companies will always ask, like, okay, you're a YouTuber, you're an influencer, why are you different? And I think the main thing I kept telling them is, like, I don't try to just do a review. If you'll actually notice, my channel has not many reviews. The most popular videos I have are actually how do you use the product, like hidden feature videos, how to improve your battery life, how to improve your camera quality. I rather how to use your product after telling you, like, if I recommend you should buy this, I better be telling you how you're going to use it once you have it, right? Like, I don't know. That's just what makes sense to me. But that's how I kind of have always taken my channel, is like, I want to help out as much as I can. So yeah. Does Samsung have an event this week? No, they had an event last week. called First Look that happened right after their keynote. But no event this week. No, next month is going to be their event. So yeah. But you look tired, bro. I am a little bit tired, man. For sure, it was a long week. For sure. I mean, most of my days were 12-hour days, just like nonstop grind and all that kind of stuff. And even with all the meetings that got canceled, I had probably, I think, 6 meetings that got canceled. There was still so much. So, really, a lot of stuff for sure. Ricky, would you replace the S22 Ultra with the S22 Ultra, the Fold 3, or 6 Pro, or both? I think you mean the S21 Ultra, right? Because, like, I have the Fold 3. I will be going to the S22 Ultra. That's a fact. I'm going to leave the Fold. I'm not going to have the Fold anymore. I'll probably sell the Fold when I'm done with it. I'll probably get at least 1,000 plus for it, so that'll be cool. And I'm going to, excuse me. The Pixel 6 Pro though, I love that phone. I really do. It's my daily. It's one of my daily drivers. Obviously, the Fold 3 and the Pixel 6 Pros are both my daily drivers. I am very curious how the S22 Ultra will compare, but there's one thing that it's just a no contest. Having the S-Pen built in, whew, that is well worth leaving the Fold 3 and the Pixel 6 Pro. If I could only have one phone out of those three, it would be the S22 Ultra for that S-Pen feature for sure. Yes, I follow you for years, man. Respect your always views. I always do all your vids. Appreciate that, man. I go to recommendations. You require a safe battery and better phone. I don't. Yeah. So yeah, man. I for sure thank you for following. I appreciate it. Yeah. You are my to-go tech man. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, guys, but that's all the tech for today in news. Hopefully you guys will have a good week. Stay safe out there, and I have to go edit a lot of videos. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming down the line. I'll just kind of leave this as I leave you guys, but a lot of cool stuff coming. I mean, again, we got color changing cards, we got monitors that swivel, all this kind of stuff. Really kind of cool things coming out that I covered this week. And yeah, pretty cool stuff that you guys will be seeing on the channel. This is all like B-roll and stuff like that, just kind of seeing all the stuff that I took a look at. But it should be a lot of fun, guys. I hope you do enjoy it. I know I enjoyed filming all of it, enjoyed learning about new tech, seeing tech that is coming around, and yeah, really good. All right, guys, thank you guys always so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button before you leave. This has been Ricky, the YouTube Tech Guy.
Thank you so much again for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Also, follow us on social media at YouTube Tech Guy.